Welcome everybody to another episode of LARP and Cosplay. Today we get to do one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, the part where we go and play. We're going to be meeting up with a local group of AMTGARD players. AMTGARD is a live-action role-play group, so we're going to take a minute, meet up with some people, play a few rounds, and have a chance to sit down and talk to them about how to get started and where to find these kind of groups to go out and play with. This is an AMTGARD group. This is a bunch of people from the Memphis chapter. I believe it's Souls Crossing, right guys?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that how you guys all got started? Did you find out about it from friends or end up on social media or?
Oh, when I got started, there was no social media.
Who's the newest of the group?
Behind you.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for like 3 months.
Lance, how does AMTGARD work?
Well, you come out and you meet a lot of like-minded people and you kill each other. I mean, it started out as something to do on Sundays, and now it's something that I'm looking something up for every day.
You know, how it works, what it is, that's a hard question to answer because it varies. Everybody here will give you a completely different answer on what it is.
What I like about AMTGARD is it's this awesome sense of family here. Like the specific group, the Souls Crossing, welcomes everyone here, and it also offers a space for acceptance. No matter what community you're part of, LGBTQ, race community, doesn't matter. It's just an accepting group all around. It also gives this sense of friendship because everyone here is really cool with each other, and it's just if you haven't had a family, this would be a place for you to find a family.
How does it work as far as what kind of games that you guys play?
Oh, well, AMTGARD's considered a bridge game. Okay, you got the SCA that's hardcore reenactment.
Yeah.
Everything when you step into SCA is as close as possible that they can get to medieval times, and it's very strict that way. And then on the other side of it, you have the true LARPs like Nero and Legacies and things like that. Then you have us right in the middle. You have a persona, and we have games and we have classes that you can be, but at the same time, it's not so in depth. So we bridge where it's more of the hardcore fighting of SCA, but instead of where SCA pads the people with the heavy armor, we pad the weapons so that anybody can come in off the street and be hit. See, foam weapons. So you can be hit with these in regular clothes as you're learning. It cuts down the cost, it cuts down the injuries, cuts down, frankly, the age and skill level necessary. And add in the fact that you could be a wizard. You can be a healer. You can actually save your team and be instrumental in a battle game without having the skill to fight whatsoever.
So it can really then include just about anybody.
We were at Keep on the Borderlands, which was one of our big events last year, where you literally have to bash down a castle door with a battering ram. And one of the guys on that actually was a double amputee. And he's grabbing that battering ram and just slamming it with the best of them. Handicap is not a barrier to our game because we can be inclusive by nature of our game on different things. It's hard to call us a LARP because some people never role play. It's hard to call us a combat game because some people only role play. That's what we do. We accept all the different types and avenues.
A lot of people might be afraid to come out to the park because it takes a lot of self-confidence to come out here, especially in the middle of Memphis, and everyone sees you dressing up as different people or acting as different people, and they might shun that, or they might laugh at you for it, or whatever it is. But a lot of people that I personally know have seen me LARP, and then they've come up and asked me about it, and I brought them out to the park, and they've had a great time.
Our typical battle game lasts anywhere from a half an hour to an hour, and they got things like Ring the Bell. They're all quick things, so people can play and get moving to the next thing quickly. The nature of our game is the more people, the better.
Philip, you said you've just recently started last couple months, right?
Right.
Have you picked a class yet?
I have.
How did you go about deciding what class you wanted to be?
I read in the rulebook a little while. It's the two that I was looking at the most was Scout and Warrior. But right now I'm playing Warrior because I like to be a tank on the battlefield and just run up to people and just throw around my weapon.
How easy was it for you to find the group that's out here?
I actually found it at Mid-South Con Fantasy Convention, and that was about 2 years ago. And I was never able to play for the longest of time just because I couldn't drive and get myself out here.
If all you needed was a ride, why didn't you just holler at us? We could have got you a ride.
We pick people up all the time.
Also, so this is a group that's going to be pretty eager to help. I mean, pretty much anybody get started with this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Keep on the Borderlands that I mentioned earlier, we had 800 and some odd people, almost 900 people last year. That was non-stop excitement. The more people you have, the more kinds of things that can become a reality.
Are there age requirements? Are there experience requirements?
There are age requirements. To play the game, we have the rule book defines as a 14-year-old of legal age to play the game, but normally we settle with people younger. We don't mind much. We try to not break them, so there's that.
I've always liked the game because it's an escape. It's a good way to meet people, that kind of stuff.
So you don't have to have everything planned out to start with this, right?
Oh,
Absolutely
what
not. What do you need on day one to show up and play the game?
Something that's really important to understand is we keep talking about there's really cool things about the armor, or really cool things about the sewing, or really cool things about this aspect or that aspect. You don't need to understand any of that day one. We have people who will happily give you rides here, teach you these things. We have people who will teach you anything you want to go that direction. If you've never written a story, but you're like, I kind of want to do a persona, but how do I write my own story? We have people who can help you with that. If you want to do armor, we have people who help you with that. If you want to do sewing, anything.
So somebody could just show up to this game with basically nothing, I mean, right?
Absolutely, and with $10 and a thrift store, I can show you how to get a basic medieval garb look to come out and have fun with this for a while before you're going to feel like you want to have an upgrade.
Yeah, the only thing you absolutely have to bring to this park to play is the want to play it. We will take care of everything else.
So you really can get involved in this, play one of these game types, and even if you're not the most physical person or the tallest person in the field, or you've never been formally trained in swordplay, you can still go out and have fun with these kind of games then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be great on this field. You just have to find your way to do it. 3 years ago, our king was blind, and he still fought on battlefields. He had people helping direct him, but he'd start playing healer and stuff because somebody run up, tell him who they are and what they needed, but he was blind. And he was able to be the king of a 7-state kingdom. We mentioned a couple times that we have kids on our field that are under the 14. What we really shoot for is to try and get their parents involved. Patrick is my son, and my eldest son, he's not here today, but they both grew up with AMTGARD, and I can honestly say that I've known more about what's going on with my children during their preteen and teen years than most people I know, because we had a hobby we shared together.
We're also friends outside of the park. We do things together, socialize together, and doing that also makes the park as a whole stronger.
But yeah, through mostly when high school hit, I had severe anxiety and depression, and it wasn't until my girlfriend showed me AMTGARD that I actually found a really good outlet that I could essentially escape all the problems that I was currently having. Like, when I come to this park is really the only times that I feel completely anxiety free, and that's really, really hard for me to find. People here, they accept me for who I am, and I'm actually female to male, transgender, and people here, they don't judge me at all. That's very, very awesome. I can't find any other way to say it. This is my second family.
So kind of in closing, just wanted to go ahead and ask you guys a couple quick questions, just real fast. How do you find your local group?
The best way would probably be on Facebook, just AMTGARD, AMTGARD.
Thanks so much, all you guys, for taking a minute, letting me pry you away from your game for part of your afternoon, and giving all the information to the viewers, everybody else that watches the channel. For everybody watching the channel, if you like the content that we have here, remember to like, share, subscribe. We'll get you even more videos on some great LARPs and some great cosplay you can get involved in.
Watch your back, watch your back!
Breaking.